Day 4 of the Yonex Gainward German Open came to an end and it offered everything you could wish for. Spectacular rallies, epic saves and also one of the longest matches in recent badminton history. But we want to start at the beginning with our summary of the day. Let's dive into it. Local favorite Yvonne Li opened the day as she faced the Olympic champion Chen Yufei from China. It was the first time for Li playing against Fei, even though both shuttlers are the same age. In the opener, Li was struggling with the consistency and precision of her opponent, who seemed to always have an answer and took the first game in a storm by 21-5.
I actually feel very frustrated, especially the first set went by so fast and I couldn't, even if I lose 21-5, which is of course not so nice, but the way I lost 21-5 is the frustrating thing. At the end I just panicked and gave away too many easy points as well.
But after that, Li found better into the game and played some good rallies in the second set. Yufei afterwards also admitted that Li's shots definitely caused some problems for her. Nevertheless, the number 3 seed also took the second game with 21-16 and will now face her compatriot Zhang Jiman in the semifinal. Next to the German, another Li was more successful. Li Xijia secured his semifinal spot, winning against Zhao Junpeng in 2 straight sets. After a really impressive opening game, he came back from a bad start in game number 2 to finally win the match in straight games. His opponent will be Kunlavut Vittitsarn from Thailand, who had to go all the way in a match full of incredible saves and seemingly infinite rallies against Kenta Nishimoto from Japan. The triple world junior champion finally converted on his second match point opportunity after 94 minutes of play, and it will be interesting to see how much he has left in the tank for tomorrow. But if you think 94 minutes is already a long match, Jongkol-fan Kitty Tarakul and Rawinder Prangjangjai easily topped that number in their marathon match against China's Stu and Li as they started the third game at the 80-minute mark. What do your legs say at the moment?
My legs say goodbye.
To get an impression of the match, this was just an average rally. After 114 minutes, the Thai girls finally secured their win 21-19 in the decider and now have to try to recharge as much of their batteries as possible, as the top seeds from China, Jia and Chen, are already waiting. In the lower half of the women's singles, the fans can look forward to a clash between An Se-yong and He Bingxiao. An Se-yong had no problems in a quarterfinal against Canada's Michelle Lee, while He had an walkover as her opponent Thailand's Ratchanok Intanon had to withdraw due to a positive corona test. At first, the match of the day between Viktor Axelsen against Shrikant Kidambi didn't seem to bring too much excitement, as Axelsen showed a brilliant and controlled performance in the first game that left his opponent no chance. But the runner-up of the last World Championships stepped up his game and caused a lot more problems to the Olympic champion after the change of ends.
Well, first of all, I think that Shrikant, he upped his game a lot, and it was a little bit hard for me actually to control the shuttles on the further side of the court, where I ended up in the second game. So I played way too slow and gave him too many opportunities, but in the end I managed to turn that around, which was nice for me.
After saving a game point at 19-20, Axelsen was able to take the game with 23-21.
Yeah, slowly getting back to tournament mode. It was nice to have, a tense situation like this in the second game in there today. So you're really, firing on all the cylinders, you can say. And yeah, definitely starting to get into the groove again, and I'm enjoying it so far.
His next opponent in the semi-final will be Lakshya Sen from India, who won the All-Indian quarterfinal against Pranoy HS.
Probably 3, I'm not gonna lie.
Lauren Smith didn't have to think about an answer for the question how many games they are going to play tomorrow. Once again, the English combination came through in an absolute thriller, 21-19 in the decider.
Yeah, nobody wants, you say nobody wants to go on court and win 21-5, 21-5. She probably does. Those are the matches that you really will remember. The really close matches that whether you win or lose, for me, I'll always remember those because they're the real gritty moments in your career where you manage to do something really good.
But Smith and Ellis are not the only Europeans in the doubles or mixed categories that will compete on the weekend. Also, the Stoeva sisters came through as they defeated 3 seeds Kim and Kong from Korea, who seemed to struggle a bit with the pressure in the final game. And also the Scottish combination, Hall and McPherson, continued their amazing run in Mülheim with a 3-game victory. Hoki, Kobayashi, Astrup and Rasmussen. Those 4 delighted the fans for a terrific men's doubles match at the end of the day. The Danes were already looking like the sure winners, winning the first 26-24 and being up 18-12 and 19-14. But the current world champions Hoki and Kobayashi fought back and forced the decider by scoring 7 in a row. The third game was close all the way and finally came to extra points. Both pairs had match point opportunities, but in the end it was Skarup and Rasmussen who had the better end on their side and could show their celebration skills again in Mülheim at the German Open.
It was amazing. It's been 4 months since we have played a tournament, 3.5 since the World Championships, so we are very satisfied with being back on the tour and getting these feelings and emotions when you win a match like this, beating the World Champions. It's amazing.
2 more days to go and tomorrow we are going to find out who will fight for the German Open title on Sunday. 8 times China, 5 times Europe. We are in for a treat tomorrow for the semifinals with more spectacular matches. I hope you're also looking forward to it. See you tomorrow and have a good night.
Step by step, the clock is ticking, but there's no time for me.